What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode. Thank you for clicking on this one. Today, as promised in my last video, we are getting my new Mathews VXR set up right there in the box. She lays in the back seat. We're gonna catch up with Kyle here in just a few minutes and get this sucker all set up and ready to hunt this evening. That's the plan. It may take most of the day, but that's okay. We're gonna get tuned, we're gonna get a sight and rest put on, and I'm gonna take you guys through the whole process. I've been wanting to do some more helpful things on this channel and keep the educational stuff coming, but I also like to entertain as well. You guys know that. So today is just gonna be basically a video on how to set up a bow, how to tune, how to take a bow from completely bare to fully loaded and ready to hunt. And Kyle is awesome at this. It's what his job is. So I'm excited to do this. I got my VXR in, I guess about a week ago, a little less than a week ago. It's just been sitting at the house, just begging to be set up. And I've been wanting to set it up, but I haven't had a chance to make it up here until this weekend. So I'm stoked about this, and I'm ready to get it all knocked out. We will be pulling up in just a couple of minutes, and we will get after it. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, guys, so you don't miss anything. And leave a big thumbs up if you enjoy some of these more educational style videos, as well as being entertaining. I know that I enjoy them. I like being as helpful as I possibly can. So I hope that I can teach you guys something, and I know that I will learn something today as well. Every time I talk with Kyle and we're doing something, working with bows, I always learn something. So it's fun for me, and I hope it'll be fun for you guys as well.
Easy enough.
Yeah. Done.
So I'm just gonna put we're just gonna put a new rest on this, and I'm gonna move my Spot Hog over to this bow, and then I'll eventually get another sight for my tracks because I'm gonna keep it as a backup. But we're just gonna step through this one step at a time, and I'm gonna let Kyle do it, of course, and we'll ask some questions. I'll ask some questions, some that I think that you guys may have, and then he'll answer those and hopefully be helpful.
Ooh, man, you got the last one, homie.
Sweet.
Last one of these.
Just cleaning up this old Spot Hog of mine.
All right.
What's it at?
It's an H-block.
What?
Let's get the rest on.
I'll look at time on settings. We'll back it out 3 turns, just so you can shoot it, at least get a feel.
How's it going?
To get to the 3D earnings,
Yes.
you paid.
Kyle, generally, where's your starting point for putting the rest on?
For putting the rest on,
Mm-hmm.
starting point is just bolting it to into the burger. Yeah, to the riser. That's the starting point. Now, from here, we need to figure out what shaft you're going to be using. So, do you know what shaft you're going to be using?
Yep. It's
Easton
gonna be
injection?
Yeah, it's gonna be Easton injection.
Okay, so now that we know he's going to be using an Easton injection,
So wait, we're here.
You're here.
Oh, we're
So
here.
you step back up, and then right
Oh, gotcha.
before
This
that
is-
next
this is
pull
this
bar.
way.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So right before that next pull bar.
which that Easton injection, since it's a 1.66 diameter, really we're just looking to see as far as diameter goes. Now, we're going to want to run this through the center of this burger hole. Right now we're a little bit low. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but we're a little bit low there, so we need to bring this rest on up.
Some longer shots at elk targets and some different elevations and stuff.
Awesome. So that's the creek.
Yep, so just out of this top one.
Awesome.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Let's
enjoy.
see where that's going to put
I
it.
think it's worth it, or just go and shoot it.
That's going to be a little bit too far, a little high.
Yeah, well, like I said, you put it 28, 60. Or just, I can back it up. Okay, is that way? You know what I mean? Right.
Right there. Perfect. So, once we determine that, I want to find your center shot. Maybe I can go around this way, it's a little easier. And how I find the center shot on this Mathews is I run this string down the groove of this cam, and then this shaft up the string here. And it'll all be in line. Which, from the factory, the Mathews rests typically come really, really close, if not spot on. This one happens to be spot on.
That's where my tracks was too.
Yeah, so the center shot, they usually ship these from the factory based, you know, to account for that center. That's one of the nice things about using Mathews QADs. What color do you want for your knock serving? We're going to add a little knock serving in here so that it doesn't have any pinch.
What do you got?
It's whatever color. I got every color of the rainbow.
Red.
And we can even tie a rainbow
I'm
on there
sorry.
if you like
I
rainbows.
forgot I'm not stone color anymore.
Yeah.
Black's fine.
Black?
Yeah. Red wouldn't really match.
Okay. Bubble levels. Typically, I usually run bubble levels. They're just nice and simple and
I'll have to blow off.
dead on right there.
I got some new bows right now, dude.
You just tie like a regular.
Overhand knot.
An overhand
yeah.
knot.
Mhm. That's it.
So it's mild. It's not for me, trust me. Oh well, they may come join us.
Top knot.
It's always scary to me. Getting
flame around
open
it.
flame around a string.
Yeah.
Before I met her, she was just.
You're just doing that on top and bottom.
That's it. Top and bottom. Keeps that knock pinch out. Now, here's a little tip for you. You really want to do this after you determine what nocks you're going to run. So if you're going to be running any lighted nocks, you're going to run lighted nocks?
Yes.
Okay. In which case, we need to go ahead and check out and see what lighted nocks you're going to run.
Okay.
That way we can tie that in accordance to your knock. Okay. D-loop, any particular color?
I guess black. It's gonna be black.
Just go black.
Yep.
Well, you'll never go back.
You know, for so long they did that solo camp system.
So they say.
But that go back when you bought it was probably kind of. Yeah. Here you go. Come on over here. Let's see what. Let's see
Around.
what this glove goes.
Through.
Gain weight again.
And then she made it.
more.
Just be fair.
That's that. All right.
Where is your boat? Over here? Yeah, I'm gonna shoot it behind.
There it is. How do you get that close?
How do you get this rest timing close? Trial and error. I mean, basically, where I'm setting it right now is not going to be where we keep it.
Right.
I'm just trying to set it, and I like to set it, you see where the serving ends right here? I like to bring it down a little bit, and then I'll tie serving up to this point. That way I can adjust that later on as, you know, your strings and cables stretch. Some things may change over time. And when you go to retune the bow, you always want a little bit extra here, or you can run a little extra on the knob on the rest with this particular rest.
I know that if you're not in time and you shoot and the rest doesn't drop your arrow, we'll take it down. It's a loud pop.
No doubt. And usually from there, it's going to either ruin your fletching, ruin the rest. I mean, there's a lot that can go on there. So once again, I'm going to tie a little bit of serving. That way we can always cut the serving out or move it if we need to.
Okay. You can order them off the internet for a few $100.
Okay. What's your name?
Brian?
Ryan, thanks for your help.
You bet. Joseph. Joseph.
Joseph.
You got a call.
Joseph.
Take any color.
Once again, this is going to have to probably move. We'll determine that here once we put your sight on.
What size peep? Same size as my other one, I know, I'm sure.
3/16.
3/16.
I think it's going to match your housing probably the best.
And you recommend that Try to match your sight housing the best you can.
Yes, definitely want to try to match it up best you can for consistency reasons. From here, we're going to adjust the timing. Now, you can do it on a draw board if you have one. Myself, I just draw it back and check it.
What's going on, man?
You want this rest to go basically from static position where it's at to the completely up position within about the last 2 inches of your draw cycle.
Okay.
This one's a little bit early.
So you're just gonna pull your string through the cables.
Yeah, that's going to be good right there. And that's where we'll cut that off.
So that's one of the smoothest I've made.
We'll cut it, burn it, and check it again.
Something.
All right, so we have our rest on there, peep sight put in. Everything else at this point, there's not much adjustment needed. It's just plug and play. You basically just want to screw your sights on. We'll put them on, check the second and third axis, make sure they're going to be the same. Put the quiver on, which we can knock that out real quick. Pretty simple stuff. The rest is obviously the most crucial. That's where your timing comes in.
Everybody asks me all the time what sight I'm shooting. I've been a huge single pin fan for a long time, but I'm running a Spot Hog, the Fast Eddie XL, with a little bit of bird poop right here just for extra
Flavor. Yeah, a little extra flavor.
A little extra flavor. I don't think I was ever able to reach all the way up to 100 before I was maxed out and was hitting the rest. How would you go about selecting your relief here?
Your eye relief? That's personal preference. So the longer you have that out, the longer your pin gaps are going to be, the wider. And also the more apt you are to miss left and right. It's more crucial. When you shrink this in shorter, your left and rights become a little bit less apparent, and your pin gaps will shrink up.
I heard from somebody one time that if you're further out, you're more accurate at further distance. I don't know.
I don't prefer that.
I don't either. I've tried it with that one.
Yeah, and if you watch some of the top archers out there, like Levi Morgan, if you notice, he'll run his in a lot of times. Yeah. So, yeah, I can't really say yay or nay on that. Yeah. You know, I have my own opinions, but as far as factuals, don't know. I've shot them both ways, and I miss when it's really far, and I miss when it's really short. So I don't know.
I prefer to be about middle of the road, about where it's at right now. Well, I guess it may be a little bit further in than out.
All right. Well, let's go check your peep height real quick. So let's run over to the other side of the range and grab one of your arrows. Put a field tip on it if we don't have it.
So what we're doing is checking peep height here.
That's it, but you want to get an arrow.
Yep. This is a lot of work.
So Brad, go ahead and draw back. When you get to full draw, close your eyes.
Okay.
Right about there, close your eyes.
That 75 pounds feels a whole lot different.
Yes, it does. On your anchor, and then when you open your eyes up, you should be looking through that peep sight. If you're not, I'll move it to where you are.
That's perfect.
It's perfect. So you open your eyes up, you're looking right through, you see your whole ring and housing and housing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, ease her back down.
Sure you don't want me to shoot it with
No.
that peep sight in there?
If you want to go blind, because what's going to happen is that peep's going to hit that riser and come back in your eye.
Oh, man.
Okay, I'm going to tie this in. You're ready to go.
All right.
What's the odds of getting that right the first time?
All right. It's
Never.
never. I didn't ever properly introduce Kyle, but step in here, buddy. This is my buddy Kyle. We filmed a bunch of podcasts together that you guys haven't seen yet, but you will soon. But anyway, we get together and we do that, and we haven't done any hunting together. But his channel is the Texoma Bow Hunter. You guys will have to go down and be linked in the top of the description below. Go check his channel out, subscribe. He's putting up awesome hog hunts all the time, and I really appreciate him helping me set up and get this thing going. So,
yeah, man.
We're gonna, what's the next step? Shoot.
Just shoot, yeah, we'll shoot. What we're gonna do is we'll shoot here, we'll run it through paper to see if we're close, and then from there it's just gonna be, you know,
Good
sight
to
in.
go.
Yeah.
Okay.
How's that feel?
Good.
Okay. What I like to do, Brad, is I like to shoot a bare shaft through paper first.
Okay.
Let me go grab one of mine since we're shooting practically the same setup.
Okay.
And I've got a bare shaft over there that we'll use for that.
Perfect.
Let's look and see your length, because the arrow may be just a hair longer. So yeah, my arrow's about 1.5 inches longer than yours, but that's not going to matter much when we shoot through paper.
Okay. Through paper on this
Yeah,
one?
let's just shoot through right over here.
So with this,
Okay. So we're getting a slight right and a little high there.
Okay.
Let's do some adjustments here. We know we've ran our rest right down the pipe, okay? It's true center. So what you're gonna wanna do here is up on top, there's what they call top hats. Mathews has these little spacers in there. Right now, you're running pretty even on top and pretty even on bottom. We wanna take the thinner top hat and run towards the tear. So if we're tearing to the left here like we are, we're gonna go ahead and run a thinner top hat on the left side than on the right.
Okay.
And I've got a bunch back here that we'll have to just look at and see, and we'll just determine which ones we're gonna need.
Okay.
But I will say this, I don't recommend changing anything up here until you get about 200 shots in this bow, just because your strings and cables are gonna continue to stretch. So this is a process that you wanna do once those have stretched completely. Aftermarket strings, some of the really good ones on the market, take a lot less than that, 25 shots or so. These stretched a little more. I'm not gonna say Mathews strings are horrible, but they're not like a custom string, okay? So I'm gonna say give it about 200-300 shots and then we'll do that.
Okay. I want to run one more just because.
You doing all right today?
Hey, Sean, tell me
Well, this doesn't need to be replaced. You only need to replace this, and this is fine. That can be replaced. All right. We'll try it when you get it in.
All right, so we're gonna pop that off.
Not really. Is that it?
Pop that one out.
is he helping anything? Yeah.
There's always a number 1 here. As you can see, there's always a number 1 and a number 2. You always want to make sure you get them matched up. Whether you use low, mids, or highs, just make sure they're both the same. So those are lows. We're going to run these mids. The lines are in the middle. There's a number 1 and number 2.
Yep.
You were tearing to the left, so we're going to put the skinny one on the left side, and we'll put the thicker one on the right side. Run our axle back in. Put our end cap back on. And that's that. You don't necessarily need to do the bottom and the top. You can do one or the other. Doing the top and the bottom will create a lot more shift if you need it. But I always like to go a little bit, take small baby steps, and we'll run the bottoms if we need to. It's getting closer.
Almost a pretty bullet hole.
So we started here, that, so.
Let me do one more.
What's going on, man?
I'm too old. I'm too old to set my legs.
Still little.
Right about the same. Light left, yep. I'm gonna go ahead and run your wrist up just a hair. Also.
I would, hey, what do you think, 28.5?
I do 29.
What'd you get us up at most? Mathews.
I told you the story, I got out of it 10 years ago, and I'm getting back in it. Coming to Mathews.
But you can see what it's doing, taking out that right and left just by what we're doing.
It went from that and that to that. It's a whole lot better.
This is going to be a good starting point for us. I mean, you'll probably have to adjust that after 300 shots. We'll have to do the top hats a little bit up again. Let's see what your fletch barrel will do.
What do you think?
I think it looks great.
Cool. One more?
Yeah, shoot to the right of that one.
There's a little bit. That's a freaking bullet hole. Here it is. So I switched the. We took the spot hog off of my tracks and moved it to the VXR, and this right here is the difference. Just left it at 20 yards, and they're really not that far off. This is my first 2 shots down range. I wonder if I messed this arrow up. I heard him slap. That's pretty stinking cool. Aiming here, so what would you say, 2.5, 3 inches high, and about the same to the left.
Yeah, it's like
Just need to do a little chasing of the arrow and get it there. That's pretty cool. For whatever reason, I felt like it was going to be just way off, and it wasn't. It was close. It's pretty sweet. I like that.
your height adjustment. Crank it on up a little.
That one looks a touch bit lower. Some messed up fletching going on here. Perfect. It's too bad I have to change my tape. Well, I'll take that. We'll do the final sighting at 60 yards. I have to do at the house, but I got 20 there, so we'll peel the tape off and put different tape on. And I think I got my cider tape, so I should just be able to put the cider tape on there. Isn't that what you do?
Yeah, calibration tape from
Calibration
there,
tape, that's
and then run it down to 60.
Okay, cool. Alright guys, I'm going to finish this video out now. Sorry it was such a long one, but it was kind of important for the whole process and as to what we were doing. I hope that I was able to explain, well, not necessarily explain, but show exactly what we did there. I didn't do a whole lot of talking just because I wanted to let the video explain, and if I would have put some talking in here, this video would have gotten extremely long. So I didn't want to do that. I wanted to keep it as simple as I could. I really appreciate Kyle setting my VXR up for me. I've actually killed a hog with it since having it set up, and I can't wait to show you guys that video sometime this week. So again, huge thanks to Kyle and Cinnamon Creek Ranch for setting me up and getting me where I needed to be. I'm all dialed in. I think I'm going to shoot out to like 80 yards with this bow. I'm shooting 75 pounds. My draw length is about 28.5 inches, and I have an arrow weight of about right at 500 grains. So it's going to be a heavy hitter and a good setup, and I can't wait to bring all kinds of awesome footage to you guys with this new bow. So thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Love you guys. Y'all are awesome, and I will see you in just a couple days.